Tiny Acres Homestead. So we now have power back on after 32 hours without. We had some pretty mean storms here in our area, and the wind got up to like 60 or 70 miles an hour. Lots of trees went down and lots of people lost their roofs. Our roof is fine. We did lose a couple of trees, but I'm glad our electricity is back on. My dad is still without, but let me walk you around and show you a little bit of the damage that we did sustain. So this tree was huge, a huge tree, and it left a crater in the ground where it pulled itself out. Its root system was not very useful, I guess, because this is probably about 3 feet deep, this hole. And my husband's chainsaw will not cut through this. It's way too big for his chainsaw, so we're going to have to figure out something else to do with it. And then the other one over here is smaller, and he should be able to cut this one up, but he has to start back at work tonight. He got the weekend off actually, and he said it was the worst weekend ever to get off work because it was black in the house at night starting around 6 o'clock, and then of course I didn't prep good enough, so we ended up having to spend more money than we wanted to in order to get food. We had to go eat out multiple times. And there's Dean on the tree. He's been having a blast. The cats have been having a blast sitting on this tree, playing around in these holes. Dean's trampoline made it. It's still in the same spot that it was in before. I've got this coop, my meat chicken coop that I made a couple of years ago. It had a tarp over top of it. The tarp is shredded. Gonna have to replace that. I've got some meat birds in the house. They were not too pleased with the loss of their heat lamp for 2 days. I ended up giving them some of those hot hands packets, and they just laid there on those, so they weren't too cold, and they all survived, so we're thankful for that. And in the meantime, since we were having pretty nice weather, I did get some of the garden cleaned out, cleaned out this last year's tomato bed. I'm probably going to put green beans in it this year, I think.
No, but I'm going to push it down.
Leave it alone.
Okay.
But thanks for joining me today, and hopefully I can get back to canning. I was going to can some beans, but the electric went out, so we didn't get to do that. So oh, and we didn't lose any of our food. Not much anyways, just a couple things in the fridge. Everything in the deep freeze stayed frozen, and I mean, it didn't have much in it, but it stayed frozen. But we do have lots of wind and stuff to clean up, and lots of mess to clean up, but it's not as bad as it could have been. But thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.